Hello and welcome back to the Tin Barn. I'm Pragmatic Lee, and in today's video we're going to look at just a short little tidbit of information, something that I hope you might find useful in your shop at some point in time. What we're going to do is look at putting an end on some cable. Let me zoom you in a little bit closer and you can see, you'll be able to see what we're going to be doing. This particular piece of cable right here is, it doesn't appear to be a nominal size. It's 90 thousandths diameter. Not exactly sure where it came from. I think it might have been left over on some garage door installation. But the little tidbit I'm going to show you, I know works for this cable, and I think would even work for this 1/8 inch cable, 125 thousandths. What we're going to look at is putting a crimp on the end similar to this. Now this is commercial made right here. I think these crimps are probably some type of aluminum alloy that won't crack and bust when you squeeze it. I don't have any of them, and I had a project recently where I needed a piece of this cable right here, 12 inches long, or the finished product 12 inches long, and I needed a way to clamp it. Now, cable this size, this 1/8 inch cable, you can pick up clamps at most hardware store, but for the project that I was doing, an 1/8 inch clamp would have been too big for this, and also would be kind of bulky for that situation. Here's a picture where I got some clamps and put some cable like this together. But in any case, what we want to deal with today is the smaller cable. And the tidbit I'm going to show you would work for this. You just need a little bit larger nut. We're going to use a 1/4 inch nut to put ends on this 90 thousandths cable. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch nut and just try to mount it in my vise without pinching my fingers. Now you don't have to put it in a vise. You might could hold this with a pair of pliers, but I've got a piece of cable here. I'm going to run that up through the bottom, put a loop in it, and push it right back through. Now I'm going to crimp down on that, and it's going to take a cheater bar because those nuts are pretty tough. As you see, what I've done is put a crimp on that. I'm going to come right here and just tighten that crimp up a little more. And I didn't really get this cable pushed through quite as much as I would have liked to have, but we're going to still go with that crimp on this end. And I'm going to drop a nut. Well, let's put another one in our vise. This time I'm going to drop a nut over it, feed back up again. This time I'm going to be certain I got plenty of it sticking through. Now that nut that I slid over the end, I'm going to slide it right up, and we'll double nut this end, or double crimp it. I had seen this little idea before in a little quick video, but didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. That one slipped out. But I'd seen this in one of those little 2 or 3 minute videos you find on the YouTube or the Facebook watch. Didn't really dawn on me that it would have any use at the time. But again, if you'll stick around to the end of this video, which is only going to be a couple more minutes, you'll see a practical use for this. I could have ordered some lead crimps or some aluminum crimps, maybe 2 or 3 days, and they were, I think, less than $1 a piece. But by the time I had paid freight on them, I'd probably had $5 a piece in them. But let's see if this works. Okay, I've got the camera pointed out outside the tin barn now. Down here on the ground, I got a couple of 40-pound tractor weights. There's 2 of them, and with the load leveler and the straps and the shackles and so forth, I got just a little under 100 pounds. I know that's not a super heavy test on that, but we're talking about an emergency crimp or a crimp that you want to do in a hurry to hold something in place until maybe you can do butter, or maybe this is sufficient. All right, so let's hang this in between the winch and the tractor weights. All right, so there's our crimps on. All right, hopefully that's going to focus in, but as you can see that single crimp that I really didn't get the cable through as far as I would like to have, and then the double crimps at the bottom. Okay, hopefully you find this little tidbit useful. If you'll stick around just a couple more minutes, I got about a 3 or 4 minute video that'll show you a practical use of this. Take care. I'll see you on the next video.